Hey everybody, welcome to the NFR edition of the Score podcast. We've got these coming to you every single night after the go-round. This episode is always brought to you by our partners at Resistol, at Soft Ride Equine Comfort Boots, at Fastback Ropes, and at CSI Saddle Pads, because these people have been our partners for years, making sure that we can bring you the coverage that you want to hear from the Thomas and Mack, or I guess last year was Globe Life Field. So these people, the CSI Saddle Pads, Soft Ride Boots, Fastback Ropes, and Resistol hats, they have been our longtime partners. They have got presence here in Vegas. They are people that are counted on by the people that we talk to, that we work with, by the recreational team roper, by our whole community, and we are so grateful for them. So again, these episodes, CSI Saddle Pads, Fastback Ropes, Soft Ride Equine Comfort Boots, and Resistol hats. This is Chelsea Schaefer, and this is Season 4 of The Score. You all have listened to this podcast 750,000 times, and we are here in Season 4 to bring you even more of what you love. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Chelsea.
This is the first time we have got to record this podcast together in a long time.
2 years, I think. Close.
Yeah. Ooh, weird. Welcome back.
Nice Welcome back to you as well.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us while Caitlin and I kind of pass the baton back and forth on this podcast. But pretty much all week, minus one day, you will have both of us introing the NFR edition of The Score. So yes. This is round one. It was an awesome round one.
Really good watching.
Mm-hmm. Really good watching. Yeah, that we heard that the steers were going to be really cool for this round, and they sure enough were. It looked like a lot of people made a lot of smart choices today. Mm-hmm. Speaking of, I don't know if you're a header. Did you think Tyler's throw was a smart choice? It was smarter than everybody else because it worked out.
It was smarter than everyone else.
Yeah.
Because he got the steer turned fast enough for Trey to get that run shut down.
Yeah, they those two know what they're doing.
Net catch, I mean, don't risk it, rope the brisket.
Exactly, yeah. They made an awesome run, and I think tomorrow, if you're listening to this, we're recording this, night of. It's 7:57 in Vegas, so they just team roped. But tomorrow morning we're gonna have the real pros help us break it down. Trevor Brazil will be on our new show, The Replay, to help analyze that. You can check that out on Team Roping Journal's Facebook. So we just tonight on The Score, we let Tyler, Wade, and Trey Yates tell us all about their run. Tell us about their run that they've built throughout the year, not just tonight, and the horses that they rode. It's a pretty good episode.
Yeah, definitely. And like T. Wade said, you'll listen to this episode, he had 2 great horses to ride, which in years prior, it's kind of been questionable. And he notes that himself. So that's really cool to see him back in the box and have such good horsepower underneath him.
And his partner is familiar with that scenario as well, because Trey could pick about anything that they have in their barn, and they would have had a lot of success. Caitlin, can you give us a wrap-up of everything else that got done tonight?
So, second place was Eric Rogers and Peyton Bray. They made a great run as well. They were 4-4 on their steer. Going down, can't count them out, Caleb Driggers and Junior Noguera. They were third. They were 4-6. Fourth was Quinn Kessler and Joseph Harrison, who were a split team coming in. So it's really cool for them to get, some round money kicking off the week. They were 4-8. And fifth and sixth was a split between Clay Smith and Jade Corkill and Derek Begay and Brady Minor, Derek Begay and Brady Minor were another split team as well. Unfortunately, Riley, as everyone knows, broke his leg at Pendleton. So that kind of got him a little behind in the standings, and Corey Petska was short of making the NFR as well. So really cool to see those guys. Derek's riding a great horse, which Chelsea will have a great horse story.
I can't
coming
wait
soon.
to tell that story.
Don't give away on the podcast
I'm not gonna tell
tonight.
secrets, but there's a cool story behind that horse, and I am so excited to write about it, as long as I can get the words pride out of Derek's mouth, because sometimes he can be a little tight-lipped. But I know it, so whether or not he wants to quote or not, his sister has given us the inside scoop. Yeah, we will call his nephew. We'll just say that.
So stay tuned. Check back on teamropingjournal.com for a soft ride horse story coming soon about what Derek Begay is headed on round one. It might be different.
And I hope everybody's paying attention because we have so much going on this week. Somebody, I was on a show this morning at Mandalay Bay, and they asked me to describe everything that we are doing this week.
Chaos?
It's chaos, and not even organized chaos. It's true chaos. So just a quick synopsis. We will be doing a show every morning called The Replay. We'll do a World Series version of The Replay every morning, and we will do a NFR version of The Replay every morning. So you'll be able to look for Trevor Brazil on The Replay tomorrow morning, which is Friday, December 3rd, for those of you listening to this at any other time. So check that out. We'll have that on Facebook. We'll have it on our website every day. And then we turn it over to the Cowboy Channel to do what they want with it. So there's a lot of content coming from us. Caitlin will be working at the World Series, telling you about all the big winners from the recreational roping ranks. We've got a lot going, and hope you can just follow us on Facebook, follow us on our Instagram, stay with our website. Are you TikToking like the kids do these days?
We're going to be trying to TikTok.
Okay.
I might not be up to date and getting all the TikTok content.
You're getting old, yeah.
But yeah, no. I mean, I'm not personally a TikToker, but for work, Team Repping Journal, we're going to be TikToking. And also, just so you guys know, I wanted to pipe in real quick about the World Series finale. You guys are also going to hear from Carrie DeCastro on the podcast as well from the World Series of Team Roping finale because, like Chelsea said, not even organized chaos. So there's going to be some nights I'm going to have to duck away from the short rounds at the World Series finale, and Carrie will be taking over the podcast for those. So just a little heads up on that as well.
Oh, and a shout out. I don't know. I don't think I've talked about this on the score, but Caitlin started her own little podcast called The Breakdown. It's The Breakdown. It's a breakaway roping podcast. It's like the score, but for breakaway ropers. So it's a big week for the Breakdown podcast because we're going to be doing more of these podcasts from the Orleans
on December 6th and December 7th.
Yes, so we'll have all the breakaway roping winners from the go rounds, from the average, for the world champs. They will be on the breakdown too.
Yeah, so stay tuned. Subscribe to the Breakdown podcast while you are listening to the score. And if you're on the score, just scroll down. We have a channel made, so you will have the score and the breakaway breakdown all in one spot. Easy to find.
All right, you've listened to us long enough. We know you really want to hear from Tyler Wade and Trey Yates, so we will sign off for now.
And stay tuned because there will be blooper reels later.
Yes, we will slowly release. This is the second try of this interview. It took us some effort, so thanks, everybody. Stay tuned. Tyler, tell me about that steer. What did you know about him going into the round?
Well, I looked on the Team Roping Journal Facebook page, and that's where they told me that steer you can win the round on. So I told Trey, I said, hey, now's your time to shine. We got a day money steer. And he let him go straight. When I got it on him, I've been practicing going closer to the pin and Trey leaving him straight, and I feel like that gives us, we only have 44 foot from the left wall over. And if I move over about 5 foot in the box and then he lets him go straight, it gives us another hop or two to handle the steer. And honestly, it come together pretty good. The steer broke in his right lead. I didn't throw the perfect loop, but when it went on him, I knew Trey knew where to be, and he held him good.
Go ahead. Tell me about how did it look from your angle?
It looked like several runs we've made, which, probably the first time, I'm sure Tyler could vouch for that, in a partnership that we have kind of a run developed and a feel for each other's roping. And, about 100% of the time, if I'm able to leave the steer straight, he doesn't miss. And that steer, like you said, broke in the right lead, and he breaks to the pin to get a better start, and he could see him over there. And I know that with, the way he ropes and his horse, that he can shape the run up fast. And my horse dude and I, if we get around there, we can shut the run down. And I feel like oftentimes through the year we've turned, maybe 4 5s, 4 6s into 4 3s, 4 4s, and it's been a huge difference in our winnings.
You guys have both had so much success in this place. You said this is your second round one win.
Yep.
Second round one win. 4 flat both
So
times.
since 2018, 19, and this year, I've caught 5 steers clean and won 5 first. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but hopefully we got 9 left. Hopefully we catch those 9.
I remember the last time you won the first 2 rounds, right?
First and third.
First and third round. And we said, like, if you just kept rolling like that, Jesse was going to get a house.
Yeah, they stained the cabinets today. So
we're close.
We're building a house while we're out here, which is kind of tough, but luckily we got friends back home that kind of take care of it and oversee it for us, and it's pretty easy.
And you mentioned Dude. How does Dude let you get out around him when Tyler throws that much rope?
I think he's fast. He's, maybe one of the fastest horses, period, I've ever rode. And he's always up in the front end, driving from behind, and I think that's a key factor in a good heel horse is to be able to, be on their hind end when you turn the corner, and when you put it down, that's what shuts the run down.
Mm-hmm. And tell me about your horse. You got him back this spring. Or
Yep.
You got him back. He got crippled this spring. You got him back.
He sprained his suspensory. It wasn't a huge deal, and they said to give him 6 months off. I give him a quantity every day, twice a day, and he come back in 3. And then we went ahead and rehabbed him a little longer and rode J.D. Yates' Buckskins, Trey's dad's horse, which is an awesome horse too. And I've never had this problem, but I rode the Buckskin in the run-through also, and it's a blessing, but it does not matter which one I hop on. I'm comfortable on either one of them, and both horses I feel like are great. And I honestly just jumped on mine because it was mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really didn't matter, I didn't think. So.
Yeah, I remember years here where you'd run through steers and be like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
The first year here, I rode 3 different horses, and I would never ride any of those now here. So it's funny just experience and kind of knowing what a good horse is and having a feel for it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have one of the best horses, you're in trouble. And luckily, I feel like we got 2 of them right now.
It looked like there were a lot of good head horses in the round. It looked like it was a good round of team roping, especially for a first round when people might be nervous. It seemed like it came together pretty nicely. It's
so hard to watch that we're in the back and they didn't have the TV on the night, so we couldn't even watch it on the TV. And you're trying to focus on yourself anyway, so I don't really pay attention. But I had no idea what was winning the round, what was placing, who missed, who didn't. I don't know. It was just kind of a take care of business deal and see how it went. And I didn't expect to go that fast, but we did, luckily.
Yeah, you didn't expect to go that fast. But you guys were thinking you were going to win. The goal was to win the round, obviously, because what did you say to him?
Oh, I told Trey, said after we rope, usually you got to ride in one big circle after all the team roping's done. And I was like, something like that. I don't know. I'll see you at the back. And that was all I said to him. And when we rode at the back, he's like, the circle's coming? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's coming.
Were you nervous, Trey?
I was more nervous after we were done. It was just like, it's just over, and I didn't know. It was like one of those things I didn't know what to do with my hands. And then I was trying to hug Tyler, and my horse was walking. They was trying to take his head rope off. And my horse
there was a man hug that happened in the arena?
It's usually one-sided. He's kind of a prick when it comes to that. But he did tell me one day, you guys know that he knows I'm talking.
And then he brought it in deep.
He told me he loved me one time, just so everybody knows.
If anybody doesn't know Trey, he's more of a feeling team roper than most.
I'm pretty tough myself, but whatever it takes to boost our dog up. I know he's got it in him, so you got to keep him on cloud 9 every once in a while.
I'm like the average nice guy. He's one who doesn't let his guard down, but he does have a soft side.
I'm glad everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also everybody knows this is our second try of the interview. We will release the blooper reel.
We will not release the blooper reel.
There it went.
Awesome.
But in case you guys were wondering, Turtle Pal and Dakota Kirchler were full flat several years ago.
Also, but on the horns.
Yeah.
No, and honestly, 2019, I roped the horns as well for the same round win at the same time.
Steers overall this week. What are you thinking about the set of steers they've got?
I truly think that, I don't know. It's tough when you rope steers 4 times like this first set's going to get. And I know some will start coming left, but it's probably the friendliest set of steers that we've roped. Now, like I said, longevity-wise, after the 4th run, they might be too soft. But right now, I mean, it's a great set of steers. The only thing that gets me a little bit is some of their horns are small. And it makes me nervous about waving it off.
Yeah, because they said that it's the smallest set of horns that they've had.
Yeah. No, and they're good, though. Like, the steers are honestly pretty good. They're not too big, and you don't have to totally change everything trying to get by them. You can actually just rope normal, and I think it makes for a better show.
And you figured out how to heel behind his neck catches, so if
Oh my God.
puts his elbow up.
Yeah, he'll hint it to me sometimes. Kind of let me know what's going on.
So you guys will be all right the rest of the week if he has to get the brisket.
I didn't plan on rope the neck, and usually when you go fast, you can't hardly rope the neck. It just kind of slipped on there tonight. But if I get a couple swings over, I'm not going to rope the neck usually.
Awesome. Okay, guys, go celebrate.